Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to GSL Code S. Tasteless and Artos is here. How are you doing, brother?
I'm doing really well, Tasteless. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, man.
As you should be.
Well, I better be, man. We're in the round of 8. And we have a pretty sick lineup, actually, for a round of 8. Man,
this is an insane day.
This is when I already have the best job in the world, but these are like when the days get really, really good.
No, the last 4 days of GSL just wipe everything else away. It's insane, the 2 matches we have today, and then, of course, tomorrow is amazing as well. But
it's
we got to
cool
live in the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, what's nice about it is it's not just the same old players this time. We got 3 pretty new players being this deep in Code S.
Yeah.
We
then one old gun, man.
Yeah, and we got MC, just to keep some balance in there. I think these are going to be tough games to predict. If I can just call it right now, I'm going to say maybe Teja 3-2, and then I think Symbol 3-something.
That's pretty much what
4
I'm
or 5 something. Maybe he's so good, I don't know.
But Seed is like the best PvZer right now. Like he's the
really
one guy that's really bringing a lot of new stuff to the table in the matchup. So that's going to be really fun to see. Yeah.
By the way, guys, our finals is going to be in Busan, so come to Busan.
Yeah, Busan's so great.
Even if you're flying into Seoul, because most people here, they land in Incheon, which is a city next to Seoul, and you take a train in there. You could just take a train from Seoul to Busan. It's not hard to do. It's not expensive. So come out there because it's going to be at Haeundae Beach, and I can't wait.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
I'm going
to
cast
be there?
On the beach.
Who's going to be there?
I don't know. I really don't.
I
feel like Symbol can absolutely do it. By the way, the race distribution here is pretty even as well. For GSL Code S, which is a nice change because if you've been watching GSL for a long time, there was a period of time where it was actually just hosted at GOMTV. Yeah,
GOMTVT.net, man.
Yeah, man.
That's what it was.
Somebody's actually trying to type that URL in right now. Like, I don't get the joke.
They go there and it's
Terran versus Terran.
It's all the seasons from 5 seasons ago and back. But yeah, now we have just 2 Terrans in this top 8.
Yeah.
But that's pretty good. Then we have 3 Protoss and 3 Zergs, so that's really balanced. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really cool. You can go on the website at GOMTV.net and vote on who you think's actually going to get through the group, which is great because sometimes we get so shocked by some of the results. I mean, a lot of times it's like, okay, well, everybody voted for MVP, but I think with today especially, partake in that because I'm really curious to see where everybody else is. We got our own opinions, but I want to see what the other nerds think.
That's right. It's
By the way,
fun.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to run over you there. By the way, welcome to the studio. If you're in the studio, I hope you're enjoying the new, we should really find a word for it, the headsets that we have here that you can wear now and actually hear what we're saying. That's a really cool experience.
Yeah, they transport our voices into your brains. It's pretty awesome.
So
it's kind of like being crazy, but not.
Yeah. That's not a bad way to put it, Artosis. Yeah. It's kind of like being crazy, but not. And
it's like having a Walkman with the sickest mixtape ever. You better keep the girl who made you this one.
By the way, entry to GOMTV, the studio is free. Well, GSL, the studio is free. And if you come to the finals, that's free as well.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not free. $10, put it on our caster's desk. And,
we have a box there for tips.
Yeah, that's for tips. So anyways, the entire round of 8 looking very cool right now. As you can see, Seed, Symbol, Beyond Prime, Nesty, and on the bottom side of the bracket, Teja, MC, Naniwa, and DRG.
Yeah, it's what an insanely good set of players there, man. Like, every single match here is so exciting. Of course, today we're seeing Seed, Symbol, Teja, MC, then tomorrow, Beyond, Nesty, and DRG, Naniwa. Both days, amazingly good.
Yeah, I'm especially excited for today. It's so good to see, Seed here facing off against Symbol because I have no idea who the hell is going to win that.
Yeah, it's really hard to say.
So let's take a closer look at today's matchup. We got 2 best of 5s, and we couldn't ask for better players.
Seed, Symbol, Teja, and MC. Now let's take a look at each of these players. First off, we have Seed. This guy, well, way back in his first game, we went crazy about him, especially Tasteless, and here he is, really showing a lot of new skills. Then we have Symbol. Is he the best Zerg in the whole world?
He's not losing right now.
No, he doesn't lose.
I mean, I'm not even talking about sets. I'm talking about a single game within a set.
And then, of course, Teja, the newest member of Liquid, an amazingly strong Terran player, made his way on the online tournaments, and now is showing it offline. And MC, the boss toss himself, the Kratos Protoss, the president of Protoss, whatever you want to call him. This guy just always wins. He just wins no matter what. Terran Protoss Zerg.
He don't give a bleep. No, he does not.
He doesn't care at all, man.
What is he made third most money out of all these players?
He actually just passed MVP again, I believe, at the Home Story Cup. I think he just got first place again.
All right, as you can see, Seed and Symbol being fairly new players here. We don't have a lot of data that we can really, glean much from. As you can see, they're both very good on all the maps they played on.
They've both been working their way up for a very long time, though. To give you guys some background, Seed is someone that showed himself in the GSL a long time ago, and he tricked a Terran completely with a hallucination and made a build look like something it wasn't to force a response that was wrong.
He made it hallucinated immortal.
Yeah. It was insanity, and he showed it.
That was the tasteless orgasm heard around the world when I saw that, man.
And then Symbol, this guy was actually trained by Jaedong. He was like Jaedong's Zerg apprentice way back when, and here he is in StarCraft 2 showing
a lot of history with this guy. Just not in Code S yet, but that's being made today. All right, so we basically got a Symbol who looks, dare I say,
he looks very
infallible.
handsome.
Well, he looks very handsome. He's sponsored by thehandsomenerd.com.
Yeah, you could buy GSL shirts and support him if you really like
if you want to get Symbol Taco Bell, something like that.
Yeah,
money can go to get Taco Bell.
Taco Bell's a little bit more expensive here, so buy a couple shirts.
Yeah, that's actually true. Taco Bell's not cheap out here. No, he's infallible so far in his play, but Seed is a crafty player.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is brainy. I mean, he plays his own Protoss.
Yeah.
And he's definitely somebody that if you want to beat somebody who might, let's say, be better than you or have better results than you, Seed somebody to copy.
Yes.
So get ready. Artosis, what's our map?
It's going to be Whirlwind.
Whirlwind, okay. Big map. Should be a long game. Let's do this, guys. We're here at Seoul, Korea, the mecca of esports, with Taste and Artosis, the hetero nerd life partners, the Casting Archon. Bringing you a sick PvZ here. Seed and Symbol in the GSL Code S.
Is that not Nickelback?
I believe it was. I do believe it was. In the bottom left starting location, we have our Protoss player. We saw him in the team league. Then he kind of fell off the map, but he's back here now. He is...
I am Sid.
I have a lot to say about him, but we'll wait.
Yeah, we could talk about Sid for a while.
Nessie is his win and loss record.
Oh, wow. This guy's so good. I'm really curious to see what kind of games he's going to pull out here today. In the upper right, we have our Zerg player. He's looking better than any other Zerg in the world right now. Can he keep it going? He is...
GSL Symbol.
And let's take a look at this. His win and loss record looks like... Oh, it's like a coat hanger bent to open up a car door that you're about to steal.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely is.
Look at that. That's a Jimmy right there.
Maybe it's one of the. It's like a spoon that got bent a little bit. Now you really can't eat soup with it.
Tasteless. As Symbol and Nesty know, there is no spoon.
There is no spoon. This is true.
All right. And some little nerd at home, he's like, there's no cake either. I'm like, Okay, so scouting pretty quickly is Seed, as he should. And in fact, what?
Oh, excuse me. I thought I caught the tail end of a cancel there.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah, he canceled his forge.
I did a double take, and then what?
With that quick scout, seeing that, in fact, it is a hatchery first, I wonder if he's even going to make a forge now. Because canceling that forge and then getting it again afterwards, like when he made the Nexus, he still had like 120 minerals, so that wouldn't even make a lot of sense. You should go Gateway here. And there you go.
Let's see, he's doing it. He's going Gateway now.
All right, so I don't even know that he'll get Forge. He might just go right up to Zell. It's going to take the Zerg a while to actually find him. Now, I can just say so much about both these players' styles. As you said, Symbol has looked infallible. He's looked perfect so far, okay? Seed has brought more new stuff in PvZ to the table in the past month than anyone else has for a very long time. Okay, this guy has been doing one base openers into expand. This guy has been going for not just one basers, but also some really strange 5 Warp Gate Stalker pressures into Stalker drops, which are becoming more and more popular right now. He's got some really cool stylistic things that he does that really make a lot of sense when you think about it.
Yeah, I love it. I love seeing the innovation from some of these players. He's not a robot. He's not a carbon copy of some other Protoss we've seen here. Now, he's going to keep this probe alive for as long as possible.
Yeah,
and I didn't actually realize these guys had a match history. But yeah, look at that.
That's
Symbol.
It's a while back.
Yeah. That is a while back.
They're both 100 times better than back then.
Yeah.
But anyways, the Seed played pretty cool here. You know, he canceled that forge from before. He did end up making again for safety's sake. But so much later, he didn't actually make a cannon until after the cybernetics core was started. So that is like the latest cannon ever.
But you can do it, especially on this map where you're just so far apart. This is our biggest map. And as you guys may have noticed, you've been watching the GSL for a while. Our maps have been getting bigger and bigger, which does change the way that the matchups operate. Obviously, there's a lot more on a map that can change the way the matchup operates, but the sheer size of it is pretty insane. And it does not look like he got any vision of that Stargate.
No, he definitely has not. And now what I want to see is what he wants to go with the Stargate. We have seen his teammate Younghua sometimes go for straight Phoenix, and this is a pretty darn quick Stargate, and I feel like quick Phoenix is probably the best way to go about it. Void Rays don't do as much
Do you get
anymore.
one Void Ray to try to clean up Overlords, or do you just go straight to Phoenix?
I like the straight Phoenix nowadays. I actually no longer make Void Rays in this match, but at least first. You know, if you go straight up to a bunch of Phoenixes, they get across the map a lot quicker, they build a lot quicker, you can start your harassment before there's spores out. But he is going to go ahead and make that Void Ray. And now the next question is, does he make multiple Void Rays and go for an all-in, or does he just make the one to help him patrol the map?
I feel like if he makes multiple Void Rays, that might be a problem. Even the travel distance is pretty huge here.
That's very true.
Then again, I mean, that may be something that Zerg's kind of going to discount because of that. Yeah. Really nice Stalker control here.
Yeah, I love
until Zerglian Speed's done, you can just do so much damage with the Stalker as long as it doesn't get cornered.
With 3 of them, you kidding me? He's going to kill so much. In fact, those Lings are about to turn around. And, I mean, this is a great thing to do right now against Protoss. And, in fact, one of the reasons why Seed sometimes goes for one base opening, so that he can harass with Stalkers like this. And you can actually end up killing a lot if you just micro them well.
And, you know, the other thing is that Zergs are not having to deal with that right now. So, you know, when you get confronted with something like that, and people just aren't doing it, I mean, you have to be good at thinking on your feet.
Now he is going up to 4 gates at the moment.
Did he not get a single Phoenix?
No, he's just gotten a single Void Ray.
Now,
wait, no, I'm sorry. He got 1 Phoenix, and another one is on the way now.
Okay, all right. I thought there was something weird going on where he was just going to, like, halt Stargate production. I was like,
if you go just 1 Void Ray, like, we saw that occasionally a long time ago because the metagame was so Void Ray centered that you could make people overreact to
they make spore crawlers everywhere, and meanwhile you've actually ended up taking out like 6 drones already because they've actually and they already spent all the money on the spore crawlers, so yeah.
Now, Symbol's actually getting a Hydralisk Den. This could mean a few things. He might think, oh, this is such a big map, maybe he's going double Stargate. He might be thinking, oh, you know what? If he skimps and doesn't go straight to Colossus, perhaps a Nidus attack can kill him off.
He's got to be careful here. The Void Ray could get cornered.
Yeah.
Those queens have a lot of creep to run on. It looks like, okay, he will get out now.
Takes a lot of damage, though, on that Void Ray, and the Void Ray not being all that useful.
Well, I think the Void Ray at this point in time is going to be rendered useless. I don't think he has enough Phoenixes supporting it right now, at least.
Yeah.
To actually go in there and take out a Queen. I mean, they just have to target down the Queen, and then the Phoenixes aren't going to be able to do damage without that.
And he is going right up to Robo and Colossus, knowing that it's a possibility that Hydras will pop out, and in fact, they are coming. And, you know, I have to ask myself, what is Symbol going to do with these Hydras? Because Hydras, you know, either you use them against double Stargate play, or you use them with a timing attack, or in conjunction with a Nidus Worm or something like that, to try to kill your opponent before they have what they need to deal with it. Because when you have what you need to deal with Hydras, I mean, it's hard to do anything with them. They're quite expensive.
Did you hear that Overseer explode? That was the most violent explosion sound effect I've heard for an Overseer in a while. Now we have the Hydra is definitely going to keep the Void Ray out, and the Spire's on the way.
Oh, so he's actually just got a few Hydras at each location to help guard things. We'll have to see exactly. I guess that's all he wants to do with them. He even got the Hydra range. That's interesting. I haven't really seen a Zerg do a very soft counter like this too often. It's not something you see all that much. When people go Hydras, they like to commit.
looks like he's going to get at least one Queen. No, actually he's not. Those Hydras coming down here. And I think actually what he's doing with the Hydras, I don't know if he's going to get any more, but he's using that to actually cover the Queen, so no matter what, he can push creep out.
Oh, yeah, that's, I mean, that's good. And not just that, with those Hydras coming out, Seed might be a little bit more careful to take his additional bases. He might think, oh, maybe I need to get Colossus with range out. But in the meantime, Symbol is going for Spire. And, you know, a good counter to someone who goes Stargate into Colossus is a lot of Corruptors with your Roaches, which is, of course, a very old-school style, especially when you start mixing Hydras. That's as old school as you can get, but
that's like beta old school.
Yeah, it's still a strong unit composition to go against that when you get those Corruptors out. In fact, 5 are on the way.
All right, so you know, right now I got to hand it to Seed. I've seen some pretty dominant map control here when you compare to how some other Protosses have looked in this matchup.
And look at this, he's pushing out so quickly with this Colossus.
Now remember, you got to be careful because when you have Hydras off creep, they actually will basically die no matter what when they try to run away.
Yeah, and look at that, he's going to grab them all. Those Hydras are all gone, and that was a lot of money he put into Hydras.
That's a lot. Well, it looks like he's backing up now.
And he's actually going for more Hydras, Roaches, and Corruptors. So with the Corruptors there, the next batch of Hydras is going to do much better. That's for sure. And the thing is, if the Corruptors can take down the Colossi, the Hydras backing up Roaches are going to be strong. So I guess that's what he's going for here.
You can throw up some force fields that the Hydras will just shoot over that and kill your, kill your stuff anyways.
They have good range. You know, 6 range, they can match everything except for the Colossus.
All right, now he's got to be careful with those Phoenixes. In fact, I don't know if the Phoenixes are going to be very useful at all now with the Corruptors out.
Yeah, you know, they're going to have to try to just target down Corruptors as best they can and hope that the Corruptors shoot them. The Corruptors, of course, you're going to want to target on the Colossi first. So if Symbol is sloppy, they'd help out a lot more, but they still might do something. We'll see.
All right, well, he's moving out again. I do want to just note here, guys, the Hydras are again off creep, so... and this is a big map. We're going to see if this is the best way to do this. Symbol, you know, is supposedly right now the best new Zerg on the block.
And here we go! And that's only one Colossus out here. He could be in a lot of trouble here. Great force fields, though, so far by Seed.
Yeah, he's boxed
taking out everything.
All right, he wants to try to get some more of those Corruptors. Oh, nice, but he didn't have this location safe. And now Symbol spilling in over here and hitting this Colossus. And it's not going to be easy for those Stalkers to get up there. They don't have Blink. Now, that's kind of an awkward angle to try to get up there and defend that expansion. Hydra's coming in here from behind.
And Seed actually sacrificing a ton of probes to try to keep that Colossus alive, but it will die.
It goes down.
And that's a huge kill right there. The Hydra's coming up from behind and battling against these Stalkers with the Guardian Shield, doing a great job against them. And Seed will hold, but at what cost?
Yeah, I don't... This is a pretty big blow. I mean, the Colossus count is reset. These Roaches, obviously they'll be cleaned up, but they're already doing even more damage.
Yeah. You know, right now we have Blink on the way, and he's warping in Stalkers. I wonder if he's even going to make another Colossus. I say no. There's already so many Corruptors out. There's 6 out right now. That's 12 supply that won't be very useful at all, just flying paperweights against Mass Stalker, and he's taking so much damage. I feel like a Mass Stalker attack, you know, with +2 or +3 in Blink, is going to be the best chance that Seed has.
He's going to be one of those weird moments where he's like, well, I can only make Stalkers now.
Yeah, and that's, I mean,
that actually happens.
We see, you know, the best Protosses in the world can come back from ridiculous things just by making a ton of Blink Stalkers.
That's when the spirit god of only making Stalkers, Hong and Prime, you hear his voice comes into your head.
That's so funny.
Don't forget to blink. And you go, yeah, I know, Hunger, thanks.
That is so funny, Tasteless. That is so true and funny. Guys, for those of you who are newer to the GSL, way back in our earliest, like, 5 seasons or so, like, every game, every matchup, Hongan would just...
He just only made Stalkers, yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, he was one of the best pros in the world. He got great results, but he, like, that's all he did, and people just figured it out, and then he fell away. And he also got a wrist injury, which sucked. But
when they said he got arrested, I was like, what?
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to imagine Hongan.
He got arrested.
Trying to imagine Hongan being put into a cop car. I was like, what?
Blinking in public, Tatus.
Yeah, man.
But okay, so I mean, I think this is a pretty good choice, and he is mixing in some Immortals to help deal with the Roaches. But the thing is, there's a lot of Lings and Hydras in there as well, and don't forget Corruption. Oh man. You know, he's actually just using those for scouting and seeing if he can grab an Observer right now. That's why this is
pretty daring stuff to have those Corruptors out there. I mean, you can blink right under them.
Yeah. Well, it looks like he's getting ready to go, Tasteless. He's at 160 supply.
All right, so basically, Seed has to do a tremendous amount of damage. He doesn't necessarily have to kill the Zerg, but he needs to, like,
Yeah, this is
take out a base or do something.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to kill an army, take out a base. He needs to do something now, though. And
judging from the when these guys normally end the games, I think it's going to be done in the next 2 minutes, guys. I don't know what else to do.
I think you're right.
I think so.
Because he's going to have to attack. In fact, he's getting a Colossus right now, and that's interesting to me. That might just be because he realizes that there's so much light stuff in there to try to kill off with it. But look at this. We even have Infestors in play now. The Sentries.
That's how you beat Stalkers, guys.
Yeah. The Sentries are going to be everything here. He's going to have to really hit those force fields just right to enable him to live through the bombardment, of fungals and all that.
And he's going to Greater Spire. Do you think he should actually get Bird Lords here because of the fact that there's just Stalkers? I mean, Stalkers just you blink under the Bird Lords.
I would say yes at this point. His creep spread is good enough. His army is good enough.
Even
his
with the Colossi out.
Yeah, I would do that this
I guess it's only one. I'm sorry. I thought I saw two.
I'm sure there will be more on the way. He's going to need them to deal with anything, especially the Brood Lords.
Kind of a weird blink there.
Yeah, I mean, Ultras have their time and place in this matchup, but I feel like this isn't exactly
All right, he's moving in now. He's got to be careful, though.
This is interesting, the way that Seed's going about this. I thought for sure he'd go for one of these crazy Blink Stalker attacks, but it looks like he's decided, and I think this is based upon the size of the map, that, well, against this, I think my opponent's probably going to try to go Broods. Broods are so slow that maybe I can outmaneuver him, and that's like a very patient Protoss approach that we really only see from, Younghwa and Seed and maybe a couple others.
Hero,
absolutely.
He sees the guy go Brood Lords, he's like, all right, I'm going to blink in your main now.
And really, it's only that top tier of very patient style
Zerg
guys.
actually got the carriers in StarCraft 2. You know, I mean, if you're referring to it from StarCraft 1.
Yeah.
And I know Protoss have carriers, but not really, guys. Nobody makes those things.
Well, and that's actually, this is so interesting that you said this because, it's like Hero, Younghwa, and Seed will do something like this. Be like, all right, I am behind, but I can outmaneuver this. Whereas, like, for instance, MC, I think, would have gone with just mass Blink Stalkers. And the thing is, he might have won with it, He's that good with those Blink Stalkers, but just some totally different styles.
It's actually +2 air attack here.
Wow. That's actually +3 air attack on the way. Darn, that's a lot. All right,
he's getting the mothership now, so this is a proper response. But the Brood Lords are already out. They've been out for a while. I mean, I don't know if he's going to have enough time. He's making Banelings here, too. Now, do you think he's just going to try to fungal and Baneling the Stalkers, or is he going to try to just hit the Nexus and leave?
I think he's going to wait for this counter. He has to fungal the Stalkers over and over, and that's what he's going to do here. Now, you can't blink in right away. Well, I guess he's going to anyway, but those Hydras dealing so much damage to everything that blinks in. He just has to fungal a few more times, and Seed's army is going to be gone. That's a lot of sentries in there. Those aren't as useful in this situation.
Also note that Seed, even though he loses his third base, he still has 3 bases. You got another base at the top, and Symbol's only on 4, so right now it's really just up to Seed to hold this, and we're going to go back to a fairly standard PVZ.
Well, we'll see if he can do it. Those were great force fields right there for this situation. Nice. But still, every time that this happens, he's trading energy and some units to hold it back, whereas all that Symbol's doing is shooting him with Broodlings.
Wow, that Infestor died. Oh my god, losing 2 more.
Oh, he actually, a lot of his spellcasters going the wrong way. Decent fungal there, but he's not got nearly as many fungals now.
Whoa.
But does he have enough Stalkers to actually do this? The Brood Lords were actually out of position. That was an opportunity.
He could have actually bum rushed him right there.
Yeah. Now, Symbol just continuing to move forward. I love that he has all these queens up here to help transfuse the Brood Lords, keep them alive extra
Remember,
long.
this is a very expensive army for the Zerg. I mean, if he loses all this, it's going to be pretty tough.
Yeah. He does not want to lose at all.
The mothership is out. It's got to get its way over to that army, but the Cybernetic core goes down, which means that no more Stalkers for now.
Yeah, that's rough right there. Now, the mothership is out, but Neural just finished. Does he have enough energy? He has one Infestor.
He's going for it. He's going for it.
And he's gonna grab it. There you go.
He got it.
Oh, targets that down immediately. Grabs another one, but it does get targeted down as well. Very good targeting by Seed.
He needs to focus the Broodlings up to the top to block the Stalkers off. If they blink in like they do right now,
and oh my god,
he's going to hit him with the Hydras here.
Can he actually break through here? Seed has lost his natural and a ton of his tech.
2 transfusions in a row.
Whoa. And, well, with the mothership there, that's going to help out a lot, but it's lost all its shields. He's got to be careful with that. The Hydra's trying to target it.
He has any more Overseers. Yeah, Zerg's actually blind right now.
Oh my god, yeah, he just has to move that mothership back, and the cloaked units will clean things up. Wow.
Is he going to try to come in from behind and actually knurl that?
Really amazing hold by Seed Taste.
Now here's the problem, guys. Seed has taken a massive blow to his base, but look at the supplies. He actually has more in the Zerg.
This is insane.
And this means maybe he can actually march across the map. Now, that mothership is pretty damn slow, but...
Yeah, but it has enough energy for a Vortex and everything.
Yeah, and this probably would not be... It's not going to be like that Archon toilet Vortex. It's probably going to be something where he just Vortexes the army while he kills off a base.
Yeah, or Vortex half the army, kill off half, and then kill the other half.
Yeah, totally.
And moves like that absolutely can be game winners. This is an important moment because right now Seed is mining from one base, and his tech is almost all gone. He's rebuilt some of it. Let me see. Has he really? No.
Did he rebuild the core?
I can't find it, man.
I don't
He's just
see
making
it on
Archons.
No.
So, yeah, he's in rough shape here. And with these many Spines, Corruptors, and Infestors, I don't know if he can kill Symbol quick enough, because Symbol will rebuild eventually.
All right. He
see.
really wants to hit that mothership. If there's any way he can get rid of the mothership, that army is significantly weaker.
All he needs to do is knurl it for like a second to Vortex with it. And knurl's kind of slow, so it's hard to do. But if he can do that, it's going to be huge. Oh, beautiful fungal growth right there.
Oh, man. Okay, well, that was a weird... Did he actually Vortex the Corruptors?
Yeah, he had to, or that mothership would die. And, well, he's going to go ahead
sending the Archons in there.
Oh, one of them didn't go in. There you go.
All right, nice. Hitting those Stalkers with the Banelings.
Banelings actually doing a good job. And
that was a failed Archon toilet. Yeah, I don't think they got a shot off there.
Not really. Yeah, he might have hit one, but yeah, that was not what he wanted at all.
Is he going to try to go for it now? Seed can win this still, guys. Don't forget, he just needs to get in there. The mothership is what is keeping him alive. Oh!
Nice volley. Now he has taken a lot of damage with those Corruptors. Don't forget, Symbol still doesn't have a huge economy.
Symbol's only on 4 bases. We think he'd be on 6 or something with the length of this game, but...
Yeah, he's got about 3 times the gas income and 60% more mineral income than Seed right now.
I was going to say, I thought he was going to go into kind of siege mode here and just cheese... Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I thought he was going to actually just use some siege tanks to try to hit him, but I think right now Seed's having a hard time controlling his army.
Yeah. Well, this can happen. He has everything on one hotkey.
That's not good.
But, you definitely want to do things like either siege it up, put the Immortals in the front. You don't want to be losing Archons to that. The Immortals are not too important.
He needs his Archon and the Immortals to actually tank the Baneling damage.
That's always very helpful. Does he have any sentries left? No, it doesn't look like he does. So, yeah, it's going to revolve around those good blinks and spreading the Colossi out. Now, Seed has made another base, and Symbol actually isn't minding that much. At this point, Seed's actually going to pull ahead in income pretty soon here.
We see he's getting an Ultralisk now. It doesn't look like he has any.
That's interesting. He's getting Ultralisk.
Yeah.
I thought for sure that Symbol was going to be able to take him with that attack. That was such a beautiful hold. He knurled twice and got it targeted both times, and eventually, as you said, the Overseers were all gone.
Yeah.
And, amazing that Seed saw that. He said, okay, there's one way I can win this.
Do you think that Seed has to just take a 5th? Does he just take... in fact, do you even just take the upper left main or the bottom right main? Do you know what I'm talking about? Just take this location that is so out of the way, and the Protoss can't really attack. Well, they can harass it, but they can't send that big death ball in there, because if they do, then Zerg counters and takes out the fresh base at the.
That's a good question. It's hard to say, because if you do lose it, if they do get up there and kill that off, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, especially if you gave a lot of probes that area. I think right now what he has to do is just build up his army. He needs to get a better army. He has a very good army right now, but if he just keeps on macroing up, and these guys are both mining at very similar rates, in fact, now Seed's past him just a little bit, he can get that death ball up. That's going to be really hard to deal with when you don't have a big bank behind you.
Right. Well, this is cool, because we're kind of in a funky position here.
Yeah, it's a weird spot.
Basically, Symbol powered up so hard. He was supposed to end it with those Broodlords. Then he didn't. I shouldn't say he didn't. He couldn't. Symbol took massive amount of damage, but now he's alive. So we have this map. This is normally a PvZ on this. They would have way more bases, and the whole map would be covered in creep. But it's actually been
it's a weird game, and
pretty tight.
I think a big part of why it's so weird is how many Hydras he bought. The Hydras, and the thing is, they did a good job when he blinked up on to try to get the Broodlords. The Hydras did a good job, but Hydras eventually don't do all that much. And it's such a gas investment to actually get them. It's interesting though. I need to learn more about it to really criticize how that group of Hydras in this game functions.
Can he force a cancel over here? Well, I think he's going to focus with the Lings. No, actually, I don't think he is.
Well, he attacked that pylon for quite a bit.
Oh, see, that's too bad. Oh,
Burrowed, yeah.
doesn't matter.
You know, if he hadn't been targeting the pylon, he would have been able to.
I was
going to
say, yeah, that's actually too bad because to force a cancel at this phase of the game. Okay, now here's something cool. Symbol is actually, oh wow, okay, so Seed's going to get a mothership, but Symbol is actually expanding to a location close to that. Now, see, I thought Symbol would take, like I said, another main or something.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's hard to say which is the better call there because yeah, it's going to be really hard to get over there, but. The other thing is, what if he sends in, he finds out and sends a warp prism up there, No way you're going to be able to deal with that.
That is true.
So maybe he's saying, all right, this is closer by, I can deal with this.
I was going to say, if those Bailings up up on that Zealot.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised he canceled at that moment, but here we go.
Oh, nice fungal on those High Templars. Psystorm's doing a good job.
Note he only sent the Ultralists in there. He said, well, these guys can take the damage. And actually, it looks like Seed is going to give up this base. Now, I have to say, the decisions these guys are making are very impressive.
Yes,
and a lesser player, even some of these Codes players, we would have just seen them engage, and then Zerg would have won, and that would have been it. But he actually said,
You know what's really cool here is that Symbol was going for Broodlords. That's what he wanted to go, but his economy got messed up, and he's thought to himself, all right, Broodlords cost too much to keep going. You need a huge mass of them.
He did not get stuck in his tech path.
Yeah, so he switched to Ultralist speed Baneling, and that makes a lot of sense in a lot of ways. It's very mobile. It's a lot quicker on such a big map, and they complement each other so well. But the problem is, from here we have a lot of Archons and High Templars, and those are going to do immensely well against the Banelings. Ultralists alone, nothing. With Banelings, they're very powerful, but if you take out those Banelings with good Psystorms, this might just come down to, does he land the Psystorms where he wants, which is why those Ultras went in alone to try to take out those High Templar Storms.
It looks like we got Zerg with a nice position out here. By the way, just a side note here, Symbol has made so many changelings this game, it's actually insane.
Here we go.
Man. Those Banelings were hit pretty hard there.
And the Banelings trying to go through, hitting a lot of Immortals and stuff. Oh, God, so many Banelings dying.
There's only there's 4 Overseers here. I don't know if he can get them all in time.
Oh, wow. Look at that. And he takes down the Mothership and throws everything right into the Vortex. Well, when that Vortex pops out, everything's going to die, Tasteless.
Yes.
There is some good Zerg stuff in there, but not enough.
All right. Really nicely done, but this is a sick, I almost cursed. This is a very sick PVZ, man.
Don't curse, Tasteless.
Don't do it.
Socially unacceptable.
There are children watching.
Wowzers. Okay, so looking at this now, Symbol is going to be down to 1 mining base soon. Seed, yeah, he's getting low on both his bases. So this base down here, this is not over. Even though it looks like Seed's got a dominating position, killing this Nexus is huge. And that's exactly what's going to happen.
Well, I thought, we're going to see a comeback here from Seed, but he just sniped that base. It looks like he's going to get out, too.
And we actually have...
He might actually run up to the top left.
Yeah, there's going to have to be another Zerg base somewhere. And he should make it in the top middle, I think, actually. That's so far away, and he's still got creep basically going up there so he can react reasonably quickly.
It's funny because this map's so big, it seems like even though Seed knows what he needs to do, he can't get his army to the right place at the right time. Symbol's basically abusing his mobility, and we're going to see him do it here. That would have been so sick if he got into the main, I know, right?
But I think he's afraid of a counterattack right now as well. Now, we have a ton of Spine Crawlers actually moving over to his new base.
Oh, that's so good.
That is so good. And Tasteless, this is amazing. Look at this. He's going into that main base with the Zerg.
Okay, and while this is going, he's relocating the Spine Crawlers to his extra...
He's hitting another expansion, too.
Actually, this actually might be what actually
I think Symbol is done.
I think he just did a perfect split up here.
Well, still the army's going to have to be dealt with, and in fact, Seed is looking like he might go for a counterattack, realizing that this is just too hard, but there's so many spines, and he spent all his money on Infestors. He spent everything on Infestors, and
he's so good. Look at that.
Oh, man, just chain fungling everything. Oh, and he gets a fungal off before the feedback.
I don't think it matters. I think Seed's actually dead now. It's just going to be too many fungals.
It's too many spines. It's got even some Ultras back there.
This Ultra's a little bit too ambitious. He's like, I got it, guys. Stupid talking Ultras.
And they run from him, so he just gets more and more confident. Eventually he's trying to take on carriers. It's like, well, you
can't, man.
Yeah, he's going to have to back up from there. Both
the
these guys...
Ultras calls up Sam Wise. He's like, can you draw me with wings? And he's like, no!
You did it for the Zergling.
Now it's time to do it for me.
That's so funny. Oh!
Whoa, that Templar's going to have a story after this game.
Yeah, and then I stormed myself.
I
to
stormed
kill
myself
Zerglings.
while Colossus was shooting over my head.
Oh, man. All right, so this is a crazy spot we're at in this game. Seed can't lose that base. Symbol is taking another base at the top middle, but Azella is up there bugging him. He's bugging a bug.
Zelt was not paying attention there. Oh, man, I got to say, this has like really been quite, not just a bunch of epic battles and good decision-making, but this has been a real chess game, guys.
And you know what else? We actually do have a switch back into Broodlords now, which is the right choice in this situation, I would say, because right now, if you look at Seed's army, it's got a lot of Zealots in it suddenly.
Yeah.
Okay, he still has an Immortal in it. How many Colossus does he have? He only has one. And then he has High Templars, which, I mean, can be okay against Broodlords, but aren't optimal. You'd rather have Colossus against Broodlords. So he's saying, all right, this army has become really good against my Ultralisk army. Time to switch again. What great play by Symbol. It's actually amazing.
He's got a position. Surprisingly, though, he didn't actually blink after that army. I think he could have killed a lot of infestors there. Now,
I love this switch, man. This tech switch. The switching by Symbol is just fantastic.
Yeah, it's insane. Now, he needs to just get another mothership here.
Yeah, Mothership would be quite helpful, I gotta say. At this point, his minerals are so low. He's really focusing on just getting ground units out, saying, well, Mothership isn't as good against Ultras, right? But that's the problem. There's a tech switch on the way. And, I mean, yeah, Archons without Mothership can be okay against it. Zealots can't, though. And, I mean, this is pretty rough.
Yeah, it absolutely is. By the way, at bottom right, he is going to be taking that now. That's not connected to the natural, or in the expansion that he just took. So that is a completely vulnerable base. Oh, he's sending these Broodlords up from behind.
How smart is this? He's got to be careful not to lose them.
All right,
he's got to be really careful not to lose them. He might
actually.
I think those
just getting that gas is actually pretty big.
Certainly, and nice. Stops Seed from sniping him. You just got to keep those alive. Does not want to lose them. His victory hinges on these Broodlords.
Yep, and he does not have a lot of them either. It's not that critical mass where it's actually
it's 5 total.
Yeah,
that's not a lot at all. You can see
both players. My God, playing so cautiously here. I can't believe we're at this point in the game. It's actually the 42-minute marker, StarCraft 2 time.
Okay, Tasteless, this might be it. I can't even believe it's been that long. Oh, beautiful snipe there. And that's why you want Colossus over High Templars against
watch. He's going to park up over this thing, but there's an observer there, and he almost got 2, but he got 1.
Would have been much
better. Be careful because if the Broodlords do any more damage than the shield damage, that's pretty huge. Because this is probably going to boil up to an actual engagement.
It's a lot of Archons in there.
He's baited out a few storms. Wow, surprisingly, no Queens here to transfuse on the Broodlords. It doesn't matter if the Ultras get stormed.
And you know, on open ground, Seed wins this battle for sure.
Exactly. It's this funky angle here where the Broodlords can keep chipping on the Stalkers.
Yeah. He's using the terrain beautifully right now.
Which
he could not attack yet if he wasn't for that.
Oh, now he's going to go down here. I don't know if this is a good idea.
That's a big fungal, but those... he's grabbing everything with Neural Parasite. It's actually crazy. He grabbed the Archons to actually be able to get through here.
Oh my God, more Banelings are coming here. Now he needs to get the Zealots over here behind here, and he does.
Oh my God.
I think that's actually, I think he broke him.
You did break him, Tasteless, with some amazing Neural Parasites, some great Banelings and Broodlords.
He needs to get more of these Broodlords. Actually, no, he doesn't. He only has 2 Stalkers. 3 now.
He doesn't have enough to stop this. That's it.
That's
GG.
Wow.
So back and forth. Symbol knows it, too. He's like, oh my God, I almost lost that like 10 times.
But talk about a seesaw game. A pendulum game, Artosis.
I have goosebumps all over my arms.
He does. That might be because the air conditioners pointed at us. It could be because that game was sick.
It was because the game was sick.
Okay.
Just amazing play by both players. The level of decision making that we saw from both of them, where they chose to engage, the tech switches, leaving bases, defending instead of attacking, attacking instead of defending. Everything we saw was so unbelievably high level.
It was
like
insane,
I watched
Artosis.
every tournament in the world, and And you just can't compare anything to what we're seeing here. Nothing.
No, that was about as good of a PvZ as you can ask for. Like, we could go to like a year or two in the future and actually look back at that game and still be like, oh no, wow, that's actually, they played perfectly.
Dude, I tell you, man,
insane.
It's some next level stuff we're watching here.
And how they were
it's Jinro. Look at that.
Oh,
Hi,
Jinro's
Jinro.
in here.
Huh.
He came in here, he's not in a uniform. I didn't recognize him at first.
I always recognize
I saw
Jinro.
that jawline. I'm like, that's Jinro.
My heart goes pitter-patter whenever he's around.
It flutters. You actually don't know that you're about to have a stroke. It's like really scary.
I'm like, Jinro, why do you smell like burnt hair?
Do you guys smell like rotten eggs? Just like pass out. All right, we're just gonna keep zoomed in on this guy. All right, now Symbol has to know that was not an easy game. That was actually like, if Symbol got impatient one time, Seed wins that.
Oh yeah, yeah, and he forced Seed to come out. Well, the thing is, Seed should he have come out there? No, because in the Fungo's gut, he got the neurals off. He needed to sit back in that choke where he had the concave, where he had the cannons, all that. But the thing is, he was whittling him down, so Seed felt the pressure and just moved out. Symbol forced a victory there, where Seed actually, in many ways, got ahead. But again, Symbol took that top base, so the economic pressure was also on Seed, and that's something he has to factor in. It's just so complex. What a complex and beautiful game we just saw. And I get the nerd bumps back as I'm like thinking about it. I'm like, I'm just talking about the game.
Toes just wiggling around in the chair.
Like, wow!
All right, man. I do think Seed could still take this. By the way, he did pick into the Shipyard. So no shocker there. Zergs don't like late game on that. You can see Symbol invest into the late game. Will he go for some kind of DRG style where he's like, okay, by the time Protoss takes to third base, that's when I end this.
I have to say, Antigua Shipyard, one of my least favorite maps for PvZ, to be honest.
Oh, I agree.
I do not like it.
All right, well, let's get ready to cast this game. It's game number 2, Seed against Symbol. The winner of this set goes